Hey y'all, it's Alex from You Should Craft, and today I'll show you how to make this simple ribbed hat, which you may or may not want to put a pom-pom on. This is part of my Newbie Series, so it's 30 days of tutorials and easy beginner patterns. So if you're not signed up, you should be, and I'll put the link in the description. And if you are, sweet. In order to crochet this, you'll need almost one whole 100-gram ball of Brava worsted weight yarn. This color is Cobblestone Heather. 100 grams is 218 yards if you're looking to swap out. You'll probably need about 200 yards. You'll also need a J 6mm crochet hook, scissors, and a tapestry needle, and you may or may not want to do a pom-pom. It can be furry, a yarn pom-pom, or you can skip it altogether because the version that we're making has a tapered top, so it looks a lot cuter without a pom-pom than this kind of like bunchy version, which is also an option, and I'll talk about how to do that when I go through the steps. So let's get started. Okay, so I'm just starting my slip knot and inserting my hook. There are a lot of different sizes on the blog, as well as instructions for how to make it slouchier or give it a brim. So that is totally up to you, and that will help determine the chain amount that you need. I'm going to make an adult size medium, so like a women's large, and it is going to have 40 stitches in its starting chain. This is enough to give me a fold up brim. So go ahead and check out the pattern, figure out how many chains you need for your starting chain. So pause the video and then finish up your starting chain. All right, so I finished my 40 chains, or again, chain however many match the size that you want to do. And row 1 is just going to be straight up half double crochets all the way across. So I'm going to yarn over and insert my hook into the second back bump from my hook. And I'm just going to half double crochet all the way across this row. So I'm yarning over, inserting my hook, yarning over and pulling up a loop, and then yarning over and pulling through all 3 of the loops. This tutorial is part of my Newbie series, so I do have a how to half double crochet tutorial if you need a little bit more help with it. But since those of us in the Newbie series have already done a couple patterns using half double crochets, I'm not spending as much time going over it. So you can go ahead and pause the video and finish half double crocheting across. You should have one less half double crochet than however many chains you started with. So since I had 40 chains to start off with, I'm going to end up with 39 half double crochets. So pause, finish row 1, and I'll see you in a minute. All right, so I am about to start row 2. And this one is going to start a little bit different. There's 2 main reasons for that. First of all, we're going to be crocheting into the back loops only. So if you recall, those are the loops that are furthest from us. So here are our front loops right here facing me. And then the back loops are here, and they're furthest from me. So first we're going to slip stitch though, and we're going to slip stitch into the back loops of our first 5 spots, or first 5 stitches. So I'm inserting my hook into the back loop, I'm yarning over, and I'm pulling up my first loop and my second loop. So again, inserting my hook, pulling through and pulling through. Here's slip stitch number 3, and that one is wrong because I started off with a yarn over like as if I was doing a half double crochet. So ignore that one. Here I am inserting my hook into the back loop only, yarning over and pulling through 2, and then right now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, so I just have 1 slip stitch left. This helps give our hat a bit of a taper at the top, and then when we seam it together to create the hat, it doesn't have as much bunching as it does when we do only half double crochets. But it is okay to do only half double crochets. If you do, though, you will probably want to have a pom-pom on your hat just because it'll be pretty bunchy up there. But all right, so now I've done my first 5 slip stitches, and now I'm just half double crocheting into the back loops only for the rest of the row. So just yarning over, inserting my hook into the back loop only, yarning over, and then I'll pull through all 3 of those loops. So yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through all 3. Again, half double crocheting until we reach the end of that row. But these are our 2 row repeats for our entire hat. So you will, on odd numbered rows, you will just half double crochet across like we did for row 1, and for even numbered rows, which will start to become really obvious once you get several tapers going. But even numbered rows, you're going to slip stitch in your first 5 stitches. Remember, still back loops only. And then half double crochet all the way across. So the rest of the hat is going to be worked in back loops only, except for the very last stitch of the row. And that just gives it a little bit of a cleaner edge, so that when you are wearing it, or when you have that flipped up brim, it's just like straighter. But you can go ahead and finish up all the rows required for your hat. I'm going to finish up this row, and then I'll come back and show you how I'm doing both loops in the last stitch. So I'm down to my last 2 stitches in row 2. So my second to last, I put in the back loop just like all the other ones in this row. And for my last half double crochet, I'm going to put it in both loops. So again, this just helps to give you a little bit of a cleaner, straighter edge. Which, since you will be seeing the edge in this hat, it will either be the bottom of your hat or it'll be part of your flipped up brim. You do want to try to get that cleaner edge. But so now for row 3, I'll just chain 1 and I'll half double crochet all the way across in the back loops only, since this is an odd numbered row. And then remember, for the even rows, you will do those 5 slip stitches at the beginning. So you can pause, finish up your hat, go to whatever row is required for your size. For my size, the adult medium, I'm going to go to row 40. So pause the video, finish up, get to row 40. It'll look a lot like a large rectangle, but because of the way that the taper is, the top will be tapered, I guess. So here's an example, and you can see how it's wider at the bottom than it is on the top, and that's because of these slip stitches that we've done. So it helps to kind of bring in our fabric at the top, and it cuts out some of that bunching once we seam it together. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is slip stitch my last row. Well, this is my first row, and I'm going to slip stitch it to my last row. So I'm going to insert my hook into both loops of both rows. So it doesn't really matter that much how you do it. And again, I'm just slip stitching across. So you're just pulling through all the loops on your hook with these slip stitches. And you should end up with approximately the same amount of slip stitches that you had stitches in your rows. So since I had 39 stitches in my rows, I should be ending up with 39 slip stitches. It's not a huge deal if you miss one stitch, but you should try to get all of them just so you avoid any like gaps or weird bunching. So you can go ahead and pause the video. Again, we're just slip stitching across to join the first and last rows together. All right, so I'm just pulling through my very last slip stitch to join my whole hat. And you can see I used almost a whole skein of Bravo worsted, so there's just a little bit left. My next step is to trim, I don't know, maybe like 12 to 18 inches of yarn, and then pull it all the way through and join your tapestry needle. What we're going to do now is seam together our hat so that the top doesn't have a big hole in it anymore. Because right now it's not really a hat, it's just kind of a tube. And I guess, I don't know about you, but like I am making a hat. So I definitely want it to resemble a hat. So I'm weaving through the end of each row of stitches. I want to stay as close to the top as possible, just so I don't add to the bunching factor. And I tighten it up as I go. So you can see that it's starting to kind of wrinkle or bunch. So we're just going all the way around, trying to stay as close to the edges of the stitches as possible. And make sure that you're tightening it up as you go. So keep pulling it tight as you go around. Once you've fully or like almost fully closed your top, you'll need to go around a few more times just to make sure that it's secure. And you can start going kind of crisscross as well. So going from one side to the other side, just to help lock it down and make it all good. And then when you're done, you will weave in your ends. So you have this end that we've been working with and your starting tail that we just kind of, I don't know, forgot about. And then once you've woven them in, you will flip your hat inside out, which is actually the right side. And so you can see that the top has a lot less bunching than a lot of hats typically would. So this one I've made long enough to be able to fold up the brim a little bit if I want to. But again, you don't have to do that. You could make one that's a little bit shorter so that it just is a typical stocking cap. And from here, you can also add a pom-pom or not. It's totally up to you. So I like to add a lot of these faux fur pom-poms, but there are a lot of hats that look super cute with just a regular yarn pom-pom, and you will have enough yarn left over to make a pom-pom if that's something that you want to do. Or again, don't. Like, it literally doesn't matter. And with the tapering, it's not as necessary as it is with some other hats. But that's it. Make sure you finish up weaving your ends. I didn't finish. I just put them inside of my hat. So don't be like me. But also be sure to subscribe to the You Should Craft channel and the You Should Craft blog. If you're a new crocheter and you're interested in more tutorials and free patterns, you can sign up for our Newbie Series in the description. And that's all that I have for you today. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you later.